Hello, welcome to this new video, and we're looking at why your success is limiting you. Now, that's a very surprising thing for me to say, for you to think that success is limiting you. But stay with me, and then you might be very shocked at how up to this point you've been very limited by your success. Now, you see, we often talk about how fear stops many people, how doubt stops us from achieving our dreams, and even how procrastination, just to name a few, stops many people from becoming successful or from fulfilling their purposes. But how often do we talk about success? I mean, your last success. Think about it. One of the greatest enemy to your future, the greatest enemy to you becoming all that you could be, is the last success you already achieved. The greatest enemy to your future success is your last success. The greatest enemy to all you can become is what you already have become. And those are the words of Dr. Miles Monroe. You know, when you feel like relaxing because according to you, at least you're better than the average person. According to you, at least you have a house, you have a wife, you have kids, you have your small house, or you have a car, or you have a job. And so you're like, well, why should I stress myself going further? I'm already doing good. Now you're saying you're doing good relative to what? You're saying you're doing good relative to the people around you. But your measuring mark is not the people around you, because you could be amongst losers and then you're just doing a little bit in your mediocrity and then you feel you're a great success. But your measuring mark should be all that you were born to do, all that you could do, your full potential. So I'll ask you, do you think you're operating at your full potential? Do you think you're as successful now as you could have been? Or you've become complacent with your last success, with the level of success you've already achieved, and you've compromised? Perhaps you're ending 6 digits and you're able to help a few family people. And now you're very contented and you're relaxed. You're not thinking anything about improvement. But remember, there is somebody who is earning 8 digits and he's sending a whole village to school. Now you realize you could do more. Perhaps you've written one song or you've written one book and many people loved it, and you've just settled there and you keep quoting what you did last time. I had this book I wrote which was very good. I had this song, or I once performed here and it was great. But what about the other things that you can release that you haven't released yet? Don't let your last success limit you from all the possible successes that you can accomplish. I'd like to share a story with you. I have one of my friends recently who decided to sell everything he has after achieving a level of success and to quit his apartment in a very luxurious place to go back to living in a single room. And he told me this is all about stressing his mind to start rethinking again, because he is trying to leave his comfort zone of luxury and relaxation to find himself in a situation where he has to think again. Isn't that interesting? Now, I'm not asking you to sell everything and restart back afresh. You may not be able to do that, especially if you're married. Now, I'm not asking you to clear off everything and start back afresh like him. Of course, he's not married, and that wouldn't be very funny if you were married. Because I know women don't really like jokes that are not funny. You see, we are always told to be optimistic about life, to see the glass as half full and not half empty. But I'm telling you today, when it comes to success, when it comes to your potential, when it comes to all that you can be, you must decide to start seeing the glass half empty. That means you must forget about how full the glass is, because you can easily get contented. I mean, at least I've tried. Look at the level I've attained. The average person hasn't gotten there, so let me relax. No. You must do what? You must forget. Like the great leader of the early church, Apostle Paul said, "Brethren, I do not count myself to have apprehended, but one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forward to those things which are ahead, I press toward the goal for the prize of the upward call of God in Christ Jesus." You must note, forgetting those things which are behind. So seeing the glass half empty is forgetting how much you've done already, forgetting how much you've achieved, so that you can clean your slate and program your mind to start afresh. You don't let the success of yesterday limit you. Just a thought, perhaps this could be why C students averagely do better than A students in life, because the average A student may have the tendency, I had A grades and I did very well in school, so I don't need to do much effort, life is going to be easy on me. And they keep remembering their success in school and thinking that will translate into their success in life. And the C student probably doesn't even want to remember his zeros, so he has to clear all of that out of his mind so that he can focus on starting with a clean slate and doing all what he can do without letting the things of the past limit him. But there is a problem here. The question then is, what is the limit? If you keep clearing the slate, if you keep letting and forgetting the things out of the past and pressing towards, so when do you know when to stop? You know when to stop only as God leads you to stop. Your mobile device has a limit, and that limit was put into it by the manufacturer. Push it beyond that limit, you charge it beyond the voltage that is required, and you destroy it below, and it's not going to charge or operate at its maximum capacity. So you have to be focused to keep in touch with God to know at what level He's taking you. And this reminds me of the great king of Israel, King David. This man did so much for God. He did so much for his nation, and to a point that he still wanted to build a great and magnificent temple for God. And God had to intervene himself and say, whoa, stop there. I mean, you can't do everything, and then what are you going to leave for your son? So you're going to leave this temple, and it's your son that's going to build it. But he didn't stop there. He still provided the material for that temple to be built. So don't limit yourself. See to it that you operate at the full potential that your manufacturer has designed for you to operate in. So, all I can tell you in this video is, forget, clean the slate, start afresh every day, every week, every month, every year. At least in your mind, so that you can forget the success of yesterday and you can press towards the full mark of your full potential ahead and every success that you can attain. That's our time in this video. I hope you were inspired by this. I encourage you to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. Please share this with your friends, and I would like to hear what you think about this in the comments below. I give a big shout out to all our Patreons whose names are going to be displayed at the end of this video. Thank you so much to you, our 4- and 5-star dominators, and all our patrons for keeping this channel financially healthy. You can do same and support us monthly. You can check the link to our Patreon page in the video description below. I am Bodas Djoumessi from Wisdom for Dominion. See you in our next video.